Okay, my brother, could you please tell us who you are?
I'm Zakariyya. I'm Zakariyya from a little town near Zwolle in the Netherlands. I'm 25 years old, and alhamdulillah, I'm Muslim now for almost 2 years.
Could you tell me when was your first experience or your first meeting, how you could call it, with Islam?
Was about after the elections in 2010, when Geert Wilders, his Freedom Party became really big. A lot of people voted for him, and I was like, how can it be that people are choosing to vote for a man who's against Islam, who's against the religion we all acknowledge? And I decided to buy a Quran, and I was really interested in, I don't know, I thought it was, you know, it's an old book, 1400 years old, the Quran. I was interested in how people still, you know, so devoutly followed the Quran and, you know, the teaching of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. So I started reading Surah Al-Fatiha, and I was like, right, I expected it to be old and I wouldn't feel attached to it. But it was, you know, fresh, it was new, something new. I really opened something. And I started reading more and more and more. And I came to I discovered the stories of Musa, Jesus, Abraham. And I was like, this is not what I expected. I expected something totally different. You know, the religion of Muhammad turned out to be also the religion of Abraham, of Moses, of Noah alayhi salam, all those prophets.
Did you have any religious background before?
Well, my parents are Catholic. I've had the 3 sacraments, but we didn't go to church, only with Christmas or Easter, and when, you know, a funeral or a wedding. That's the only thing we ever really did about religion, about being a Christian.
Was there a specific point which you could point out with your finger, where you would say, this is what brought me to the definite decision of becoming a Muslim?
The pleasure of Iman, something I've never... Iman's not just believe in the heart, it's, you know, the whole body is like some superhuman thing. I don't know, the Quran weakens the heart, it strengthens the heart, but it makes it soft. I don't know, I just felt really attracted to...
And you experienced this through reading the Quran for the first time?
Reading the Quran, reading or hearing Quran recitation, especially Surah Yasin. It was the first time I really, out of pure love, I really cried. For the first time in my life, you know, I've experienced, you know, deaths of young children, but it didn't move me at all. But that verse, Ayah 6, still remember it? It just shook me, my whole body. Just that intense, just beautiful.
So you decided to do the Shahada at that time?
Yes, it was, I didn't even know how to pronounce it. It was alone in my room, because I didn't know any Muslims. I never got any dawah or anything. I was alone in my room. I was looking for, you know, how can I become a Muslim? I found some websites, and I still knew some speakers. You know, Ahmed Salam from Tilburg, for example. He was famous for not wanting to shake the hand of Rita Verdonk. And Abdul Jabbar van der Ven, I still knew, you know, because of the thing after the death of Theo van Gogh. And I found websites where Abdul Jabbar was active on Islam.nl, and I found there what was the Shahada, how to pronounce it was even more important for me. And alhamdulillah, I decided to take the Shahada, and it was the best thing I ever did. Alhamdulillah.
How did your family react to that? Did you tell them, or how did that happen?
Yes, I told them, but only after I joined the Jama'ah, and I went to the Masjid in Zwolle, As-Sunnah, and then at that moment I felt strong enough to tell them, because my town is, not only the town, the whole area around there is very few Muslims, even few were practicing Muslims. So I decided to first be in a Jama'ah, and, you know, to have some, you know, when things get bad, but they thought it would be really lonely in an area filled with non-Muslims. And they were scared, of course, not of course, but scared of, radicalization. And they heard the stories about Osama, and the only thing they have to verify it is the news coming from from the Dutch television, and they just think it's an old book. Why does a boy from this small town, how can he choose for Islam? How can he choose the way of Muhammad? It's so weird for them.
And your friends and environment, school maybe, how did those people react to your conversion?
Well, very, very down to earth actually. It's not just that they didn't really accept it. Most of my friends I don't even speak with anymore. But they never had any harsh feelings or anything against it. They were really, how do I say this? They didn't talk bad about Islam or anything. They respected it. They didn't make them curious or anything, but they did. Could have been worse, I guess. When I hear stories about, people telling I don't want to see you ever again, or anything, being exiled from the family even. Alhamdulillah, it didn't happen to me.
Since you took your Shahada and become Muslim until now, how would you describe your life now?
Better, way better. Alhamdulillah, it's a blessing. It's, Imam Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, he said, Islam is not a religion of being, but it's a religion of becoming. I agree totally. It's just because you're never finished, and that's something you always have something to strive for, and that's so beautiful about Islam. You're always in a religious sense, but also in a worldly sense. You can always be better to your neighbor. You can always be, you can always add something. You can always learn an extra ayah or an extra surah. You can always learn something more about the Quran. You can always practice something more. It's never done. It's never, and that's something, because you have a goal. That's Jannah, inshallah. And that's a goal you do not want to let go.
In practical way, of course, the end goal is Jannah, and we hope to see you there, inshallah.
Inshallah.
But for the coming years, what are your dreams, your goals, your path you want to?
I think to be more open, to be, what I see is that Muslims are hiding inside their houses or in their masajid, and they always think that people are it's so easy for non-Muslims to take the first step into the masjid. It's not for them. They think it's, they see it like it's a big wall in front of them. It's only a door to open. To be more open towards non-Muslims, invite them to Islam, be, friendly and in a good manner. Because when people are really hiding, be open, be transparent. And I think, inshallah, that will clear the road for so many people, inshallah, to either embrace Islam or have a more positive view about Islam.
To conclude, is there an advice you would like to give maybe to Muslims, non-Muslims, who are watching?
Well, non-Muslims, I would always say, just do not believe what the non-Muslims are telling about the Muslims. Because how can a non-Muslim tell you about the deen? How can a non-Muslim tell you about what is Islam? How can a non-Muslim tell you about what is a Muslim, what makes a Muslim? And Muslims, be more transparent. Be, they complain a lot about, it's so hard in the West. But when everyone grows a beard, it's not weird that you grow a beard. When everyone prays at work, it's not weird that you pray at work. When every sister wears her hijab or a khimar, it's not weird that a woman wears khimar. It's when we all do that, and we can support each other in that, be supportive of each other. And so, inshallah, we'll make something like that.
Okay, I want to thank you very much, and hope to see you in the future, inshallah. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.